Hi, everybody. I'm Ashleigh Hinde. I'm the founder and CEO of Waldo. We are a direct-to-consumer contact lens subscription company, and we're here to disrupt the $19 billion contact lens industry. So around the world, more than 125 million people wear contact lenses, and the industry is dominated by 4 big pharmaceutical players. They dominate the market by owning pricing, making the product far more expensive than what it needs to be, and through really complex distribution channels, they remain very far away from their customer. So Waldo is here with a mission to make buying high-quality contact lenses simpler, cheaper, and fundamentally more enjoyable. And we do that through using data and technology to serve our customers. The Waldo experience is really simple and transparent. It starts with a free trial and a 5-minute sign-up. The customer signs up for their daily lenses. They get a 10-day free trial. They can amend their frequency according with how many lenses they wear and how they like to wear their contact lenses. We then deliver their lenses to them on a recurring subscription basis. We launched in the UK last year. We now serve more than 50,000 customers across the UK, the EU, and the US. And through that extensive expansion and growth, we've learned some pretty fundamental lessons, which I just wanted to talk to you through today. First and foremost, to be problem-oriented. I think as entrepreneurs and as teams working in a startup, we are so used to creating, not as focused on solving a problem and fixing something. And so at Waldo, we're really focused on using data to find out what the customer's core problem is, and then building cross-functional teams to solve that. So to give you an example of this, we found that most of our customers were canceling because they had too many lenses, not because they didn't like the lenses or because they didn't like the service, but because they simply had too many. And so we created a cross-functional team around this problem of logistics experts, UX designers, and marketeers to make sure that our customers understand the flexibility of our subscription and of our service, from front end of the funnel all the way through to being a loyal Waldo subscriber. The second thing we've really learned is to sweat the small stuff. I spend so much time thinking about how we're going to take on Johnson & Johnson, but the real pain points of the business have been where we've missed out on minor details. And an example of this is when we launched last year, our shipping box was 2 millimeters taller than the box that we have now. What that meant was that our first-time deliveries in the UK were around 50%. Now we're at 97%. The reason for that? 2 millimeters. The 2 millimeters meant that we didn't fit through the UK post box. And I think we spend so much time as entrepreneurs and as employees working in tech startups, and we've got these grand visions of building companies to take on the giant beasts in our industry. But when it comes down to it, it's about execution at a really micro and small level. The third thing that we are really focused on at Waldo is staying human. We spend so much of our lives either behind screens or in front of screens. And as companies scale, and certainly as Waldo scales, in the early days, it was me sitting behind my computer responding to customer service queries. Now, with 50,000 customers contacting us on a daily basis, that's got to scale. But what's critical for us is to maintain those human connections and that human quality of conversation for our customers, even as we scale. And so we keep the human connection as a critical pillar of the business, and then we use data and technology to amplify that. Particularly in our industry, where we're going up against big pharma, who is infamously known for being very sterile and non-customer-centric in their approach. This is really, for us, a core competitive advantage. But I think that even across verticals in consumer, e-commerce, technology, AI, thinking about the customer as fundamentally still being human, and thinking about your teams as still being human, and then using technology to leverage those relationships will stand any company in any vertical in good stead. And moving on from sort of staying human, I spoke about how we use technology to amplify that. Social media is a really critical component of that for us. A missed opportunity that we found with Johnson & Johnson or Cooper Vision, our big competitors, is that because they're so far away from the customer, there is no conversation with the customer. And so at Waldo, we're really focused on maintaining those conversations with our customers and using social media to build on those communities and get our customers not only talking to us, but also talking to each other. These have been some really critical and fundamental learnings for us. We're only a year and a half old, now operating across 3 different territories. And I really hope that what you found today was useful. We've got a panel coming up to look at sort of what the 4 of us, what our learnings have been over the last few years of our companies. And if you need contact lenses, or if you just want to find out more about us, please go to highwaldo.com. Thank you.